Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi.
We learn Mishnah Yishkalim, Parak Vav, Chapter 6, Mishnah Aleph, Mishnah 1. Shloisha Asar Shofaris. This does not mean when I say 13 shofaris, doesn't mean 13 shofars. No. The word shofaris here is used to refer to a certain type of chests that were in the base of Mikdash. So people used to donate their coins. Mm-hmm. And the reason why they're called shofaris is because they were shaped similar to a shofar, that they actually had a narrow top and a wide bottom and a curved neck. Why did they have it? Because if it would have been a regular chest, somebody could pretend like they're putting in money and they're really taking out. So in order that you couldn't be able to stick your hand in that deep, they made it with a narrow curve. They made it with a narrow top with a curved neck so that you couldn't really go use deposit the coin, not stick your hand in.
It was made from.
It was made, I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah. Shloisha asar shofaris, there were 13 chests. Shloisha asar shulchanos, 13 tables. Shloisha esrei hishtachavoyes, 13 bowings. There were certain places in the Beis HaMikdash that they would bow. Hayya b'mikdash, we're in the Mikdash. Okay? Now, and do you want to get a little bit more of an explanation? I mean, the Mishnah is further on are going to explain these things more. But if you want to know about these bowing downs that were done, so the Mishnah said 13 shofaris, 13 chests, 13 tables, 13 bowings were in the Mikdash. So they explain here on the bottom, number 2, when entering the Temple Mount, which is you're entering the area of the Beis HaMikdash, people would move to the right. You entered, you went to the right, and circle around the Beis HaMikdash to reach their destination. When leaving, they would continue around and exit to the left of where they came in. That's how it was done. Now, we know there are certain areas that were only reserved for the Kohanim, other areas that everybody could go to. Okay? The sages decreed that as people made their way around the Beis HaMikdash, meaning around that area, they should bow down all the way to the ground 13 times in 13 designated areas. That's the point here. Okay? And again, there'll be more elaboration later on. But the point of these bowing downs were that when you would make your way around the Beis HaMikdash, there were 13 areas the sages said you need to bow down completely, basically out of respect for those areas. Those areas had something unique to them, and therefore you would bow down. Shal Beis Rabbi Gamliel v'Shal Beis Rabbi Chananya Skana Kohanim. Those belonging to the house of Rabbi Gamliel, that means his family, or those belonging to the house of another sage known as Rabbi Chanina, the deputy of the Kohanim. Arba Esrei. They bow down 14 times. They're at a 14th place where they bow down. And where was this area? It was opposite the chamber of the wood. For they had a tradition from their fathers. It was there that the ark was hidden. Now, so you had this area called the Dir Ha'etzim, which explained as the wood chamber. The wood used for the Mizbeach's fires, right? You had wood that would fuel the fire, was stored in a room known as the wood chamber, located in the northeast corner of the women's courtyard. So when these people from these family would pass that area, they would bow down. Why? Out of respect for the fact that they had a tradition that the ark, was hidden there. Now, what is this hiding of the ark referring to? So they explain, towards the end of the Beis HaMikdash, towards the end of the first Beis HaMikdash, the king Yeshayahu was informed by Huldah the prophetess that the Babylonians would soon destroy the Beis HaMikdash and exile the Jewish people to Babylonia. To prevent the Aron HaKodesh, to prevent the ark, which contained the tablets of the 10 Commandments, from falling into foreign hands, he commanded that it be hidden in underground chambers beneath the Beis HaMikdash. These chambers had been built by Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon, who prophetically foresaw the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash to provide a safe hiding place for the ark, for the Aron HaKodesh. Other items that had been kept in the Holy of Holies, the Kodesh HaKadoshim with the ark, were also hidden underground, including the jar of mun reserved from the wilderness, a flask of anointing oil, and the staff of Aaron with its blossoms and almonds. Remember, after the rebellion of Korach, and Korach was punished, so all the staffs were gathered together. They were put by the Aaron, and Aaron's staff blossomed and grew, had blossoms and almonds to show that he was the chosen one of the tribe of Levi to be the Kohen Gadol. That was left to be with the Aaron, and when the Aaron was hidden, it was hidden with it. So therefore, the members of these family, they would do a 14th bowing down by this wood chamber out of respect for the fact that the Aaron was buried beneath it. What about everybody else? It's pretty clear that only they did it 14. Everybody else did 13. What did they hold? What was their opinion? Those who did not bow opposite the wood chamber, in accordance with the Tanna Kamma's view, had a tradition that the ark was not hidden at all, but in fact had been carried into exile in Babylonia. I never knew that.
Never heard that.
Yeah, I never heard that. The assumption is always that it's under there in the Beis Hamikdash. But they bring down here from the Tosfos Yantif that those, but again, clearly there were, the Mishnah started, there were 13. And only these families had 14. So it would seem that, according to the first opinion, the assumption is, or the tradition is, that the Aaron was not buried under the Beis Hamikdash, but rather taken away to Babylonia in captivity. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.